Hello everyone, I'm Dan Philgreen, and this is Shell Point Today for Tuesday, January 21st. On today's show, we meet the dentist who has been serving Shell Point residents for more than 20 years. We'll also visit the Shell Point Salon, which now offers Moroccan oil for sale. And we'll get the recipe for chicken en Papillote, which basically is just chicken in a packet. But first, some spicy reminders. This morning, Adrian Kerr is portraying the history of the Moroccan spice islands of Indonesia, which became wealthy in the 1500s. That class begins at 10 a.m. in the Grand Cypress Room. And then next week, we focus on the Caribbean spices with a hands-on cooking class from Ruth Duber and Dee Dee Darcy. They'll prepare recipes from Cuba, Jamaica, and other Caribbean destinations, and give you a recipe book so you can follow along at home. Space is limited, so sign up today for the Caribbean Spice Cooking Class, happening next Tuesday, January 28th at 11:30 a.m. in the Arbor Country Kitchen. To tide you over until then, Ruth has a chicken recipe that has an exotic French-sounding name, chicken en Papillote, but it's really just chicken in a packet. And did we mention it's really good and really easy to make? See for yourself in today's segment of What's Cooking.
Hi, this is Shell Point What's Cooking, and I'm Ruth Duber, and I'm going to try another recipe today it's fairly new to me, but it works, and it's chicken papillote, but I'm not doing the French very well, so I'm just going to do aluminum foil packets, and it makes it much simpler. Besides, it's a lot easier than trying to trim and make a certain shape for the parchment paper. So we're going to do the aluminum foil. And the first thing I want to do is make it's not a marinade, but it's something that we'll do with the vegetables. And it calls for a tablespoon of olive oil. And just a few red pepper flakes. Now this you be the choice of whether or not you want it a little spicier, or I just like it a little bit for a taste. And then we want some minced garlic, and I do the lazy way out. I use the stuff that's in the jar. And we're going to mix that up. And the rest of the recipe calls for zucchini. And you slice it in small slices. And then it tells you to put it on the foil this way. So it makes a little bed for the chicken breast. Now I'm going to take and brush a little of this over the zucchini. And you can let some of the oil drizzle down on the parchment. Then we're going to lay the chicken breast on top. Now this chicken breast is one of the ones that is individually wrapped and in the freezer. And it's individual portions, and I find that's the ones at Publix in the market are much thicker. In fact, some of them, are like almost an inch thick on the one end. And if you use those, that's fine. But I would pound the breast a little bit so that it's just about that thickness, which is not very much. Okay. This is sea salt, and of course that is to your taste. If you don't want salt, you don't have to use it. Or you could use a Mrs. Dash or one of those salt substitutes. Now, you want one Roma tomato, and you want to peel it and core it and dice it. And I'm sure you remember the way to peel a tomato. The easy way is to put it into boiling water and for a second or so, and then put it into ice water, and then it peels very easily. So we're going to put these tomatoes in there. And let's get some of the oil and the spices on the tomato. Now another thing that you could add to this, you could put some green onions on the top. Now you want your oven at 450 degrees, which is pretty hot. Now we're going to seal it. And this is, for me, because my fingers don't work too well with my arthritis. It's rather hard to get this turned over. You want a good seal, because basically what's going to happen is going to steam. Now you want to put it on a rimmed cookie sheet because there's always a chance that it might leak, but we hope it all stays in there. Now this is where you're going to have to be very careful in opening this up because there's a lot of steam in there. So maybe you better not crimp, you might just be better to fold. And there it is. And just put a little of the juice of it. Hey, it's mighty hot, but we'll cut a little piece here and see. Now, if you use the larger breast, you might want to give it 25 minutes. But let's see, I think it'll still be pink. Not pink, but cooked through. Oh, it's fine. It's cooked all the way through, which is that's what you want. And it's very tender, and it looks like there's good juice in it. But it's terribly hot, so I would love to take a bite to show you, but I'm just going to let you use your own imagination. It really is delicious. I hope you'll try it. I'll put it up on the website, and maybe you'll try this. You can make any number of packets that you want. So it's a good one to start for one person. Thank you. I'll see you again. Bye-bye.
Looking for a way to burn off some of those holiday calories? Here's the perfect opportunity. It's called Agility and Flexibility. This fun class works the muscles in your arms and legs to give you better and easier range of motion. It's a challenge, but a fun challenge. So sign up for Agility and Flexibility, which starts next Monday, January 27th at 11:30 at the Island Health Club. Sign up by calling the Island Service Desk at 454-2282 or the Woodland Service Desk at 454-2054. And then treat yourself to a luxurious aromatherapy experience just by washing your hair. Robin Church of the Shell Point Salon and Spa is proud to announce that they now carry a full line of Moroccan oil.
Hi, my name is Robin and I'm here at the Island Salon. I am just so happy to say that we now carry Moroccan oil, which is a fantastic product. They make a wonderful oil that helps replenish the hair, make it shiny, more manageable. It gets rid of the flyaways. It's the original signature product. It's what started all of the argan oil products. Also, their hairspray is phenomenal. It's a very light hairspray. It'll hold, but it's not stiff. And also, the hairspray smells fantastic. You could spray it if you wanted to just use it as a room freshener, you could. It smells that good. If you'd like to try some of the products, just ask the staff to use the products on you when you come in for your next appointment. They'd be happy to show you. Also, the volumizing shampoo is phenomenal. It really, really, really works well. After shampooing and conditioning with the volumizing shampoo, you will have more volume in your hair than you ever thought possible. So if you'd like some more information, or you'd just like to come in and see the products and ask some more questions, just give us a call, 489-8400, and we'd be happy to help any way we can. Thank you, and have a great day.
All this week, we are talking to the physicians that visit Shell Point on a weekly basis. It's amazing how many services are available right here in your own community. Everything from audiology to dermatology to x-ray services. You can see a full list in this month's issue of Shell Point Life magazine. Today, we talk to Dr. Douglas Milsap, a dentist who has been serving Shell Point residents for more than 20 years.
I always wanted to help people. I always wanted to be of service to the community, and it has been a wonderful profession for 35 years. When I started here at Shell Point over 24 years ago, everyone here looked like my grandparents. And when asked how I could deal with an elderly population on a regular basis, it was like working with my grandparents. Then as I got older, it was like working with my parents, and now I'm working with my cousins. As people age normally, their body chemistry changes, and while in their middle life they had very few cavities, cavities tend to become more prevalent as you get older. There are people who feel that either that they haven't had cavities in years and they don't have any, and then when they finally come to see us, they're surprised at how many cavities they have. Or there are people who, quite frankly, feel they're too old to be bothered by this and that they're praying that their teeth will outlast them. And we're a great believer in taking as much care and as good a care of people as we can. They're recommended to see a dentist twice a year. That's always a good thing because you can find cavities when they're small and they aren't a massive undertaking to fix. But more importantly, at every examination that we have, and especially at our cleaning visits, we do an oral cancer check. And oral cancer can pop up at any time, and if it does, you certainly want to see it at an early stage. So we do some things at every hygiene visit and at every examination visit to ensure that that doesn't happen. People sometimes think that once they've lost their teeth and they've been replaced by full dentures that they no longer need dental care. Quite the opposite. These people have a foreign object in their mouth which can cause irritations, and the irritations again are a prime cause of oral cancer. And so it would be great to see people with dentures just for a few minute checkup every 6 months to a year, just for a short visit to make sure that there is no oral cancer developing and that everything's working fine. Fear of the dentist is born out of the way dentistry was practiced many, many years ago when the folks who live here were children, and some dentists didn't believe in anesthetic. The technology today has made dentistry something not to be feared. Some of our residents at Shell Point are here part of the year and have a dentist where they've currently lived, but they surely need someone at Shell Point the time they're here to make sure that their dental health is maintained and that they stay well. We would love to work hand in hand with your dentist up north to take care of you while you're here. At the office we offer all kinds of routine dentistry, fillings, root canals, crowns, bridges, dentures, obviously cleanings, and some periodontal therapy. Our office is currently located in the hallway between the medical center and the pavilion. I am here every Wednesday. My hygienists are here Tuesday, Wednesday, and every other Monday. And I have a partner, Dr. Deborah Streeter, if someone would prefer a female dentist over myself, and she is here every Tuesday. There is a Shell Point number, which is 466-2233, and then we can always be reached at our main office in Fort Myers, which is 936-3030. In this office, a caring touch, a gentle spirit, and willing to be patient and take the time to not make things hurt is actually the most important thing that we present.
Coming up, it's time to cover all of today's happenings from Resort Services. Then stay tuned for your Academy News, menus, and Village Church connections.
Welcome to the Happening segment of Shell Point TV. I'm Bev Chandley and this is Leslie Brand, and we're going to go over the activities that we offer for you here at Shell Point today. We're going to start out bright and early with the Health Connections class. At 7:15 we have Bend, Breathe, and Balance in the Health Club. At 8 o'clock our round robin men's doubles tennis crew will be out at the Woodlands tennis courts. At 8:15, our stamp ministry will be busy in the stamp room down in the tunnel. At 8:30, the Ladies Golf Association will be gathering at the Shell Point Golf Club. At 9 o'clock, bocce will be played down at the Woodlands bocce courts. Now at 9:15, we have the Caregiver Support Group and Memory Care Group on the second floor of the Rehab Center. Sign up is required. At 9:30, we have Match Play Mixed Doubles Tennis. That'll be down at the Woodlands tennis courts. At 10:15, Through the Bible Study Group will be in the Osprey Room. Then at 10:30, we have the Caregiver Support Group and Memory Care Group on the second floor of the Rehab Center. Our Suzy Q boat goes out at 11 o'clock to Rum Runners for lunch, and you do need to call the Island Greeters Desk for signing up. Our last morning activity is an 11:45 Health Connections class. This one is Living Healthy. That'll be in the Osprey Room. Now here's Leslie for your afternoon lineup.
Thank you, Bev. At 12:30 is the Mixed Progressive Bridge in the game room at the Woodlands. 1:15 we have the Knitters group in the Osprey Room. Shuffleboard will be at 1:15 in the Shuffleboard courts. Also at 1:15 is the Rollicking Recorderist in the Tarpon Room on the island. And lastly at 1:15 is the Women's Ministries Prayer and the Hospitality Room. Stamp Ministry is at 1:30 in the Sable Room at the Woodlands. And at 2:45 we have a Health Connections Balance and Mobility Training Level 2 in the Health Club. That class is currently full. At 4:15 we have a Health Connections Tai Chi Cha at the Health Club on the island. That class is currently full. And to also continue Global Impact Week, we have at 7:15 an evening service at the Village Church on the island. Thank you for tuning in with us today. We hope you have a fabulous day, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Terry Coleth with your Academy information for Tuesday. At 9:15, Pottery Throwing on the Wheel continues in the Pottery Studio at the Island. At 9:15, How to Use and Be Productive with Gmail will continue in the Computer Teaching Center on the Island. At 10 o'clock, Moluccan Spice Island and Larantuka will take place in the Grand Cypress Room of the Woodlands, and sign up is required. At 10:15, Apple iPad. Got one? Now what? We'll begin in the Manatee Room of the Island, and sign up is required. At 1 o'clock, our Life Review Reminiscence course continues in the Buttonwood Room of the Woodlands. Also at 1 o'clock, The Tale of Two Cities in the Grand Cypress Room of the Woodlands for those who have signed up. At 1 o'clock, Printing from Your Tablet will begin in the Oak Room of the Woodlands, and sign up is required. At 1:15, another session of Pottery Throwing on the Wheel continues in the Pottery Studio on the island. At 4:30, the Alpha course continues in the Grand Cypress Room of the Woodlands for those who are enrolled.
Menus for Tuesday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is lamb stew in a bread bowl with fried cauliflower. The dinner special is build your own stir fry for $11.95, and the soup of the day is cream of chicken. In the Island Cafe for lunch, enjoy a grilled ham and Swiss on rye with chips for $7.25. The dinner special is grilled catfish with fried potatoes and green beans for $8.25. Dinner specials in the Palm Grill on Tuesday are halibut for $18.95 or pork tenderloin for $15.95. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
Hi, welcome to Village Church Connections. I'm Andy Hawkins, the senior pastor of the Village Church, and I'm here with Shar Stemple, who is one of the people very much involved in our missions committee at the Village Church, and we have an exciting week going on right now, and it's called Global Impact Week. Sometimes churches speak about it as a missions conference, but it's really much broader than that, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, one of the things that captured my imagination when I first got involved in a church like this before before we came here, we were also very much involved in international ministries. Was that week, that Global Impact Week, was perhaps the highlight of the year for me. It was just an exciting week to see what God is doing all over the globe in terms of international ministries. But I know you like it for some different reasons than perhaps I have because of your experiences. Tell us what attracts you to the kind of week that we're experiencing right now.
Well, it is the best week of the year as far as I'm concerned, but I have a couple of reasons. One is, I guess, travel. I've traveled to many countries. I've traveled over 50 countries, and I really love the fact that I'm going to learn some new countries because both of our people that are coming or here this week will be speaking are from countries I have not been in, so I'm happy about that.
I can't even name 50 countries. You've been in 50 countries.
I have.
That's good. What else?
And then secondly, I love the study of culture and cultural anthropology. In fact, I teach a course in it, Building Bridges of Love, in the class called Perspectives, that's given all over the United States, and I love the class. I just did one in Pennsylvania last week, and I love talking about the layers of culture and that Christ changes worldview, which is the deepest layer of culture.
Incredible. That'd be very exciting.
Yeah.
And then
and the third reason I love missions, of course. My husband and I, Woody and I, were missionaries for 17 years, 10 in Vietnam during the war, and then 7 in Malaysia at the Dalat School. So that's a big part of my life and a part of my identity. And so I carry out that identity by supporting and listening and helping and praying for other missionaries as I learn and meet them.
That's a great ideas that really, I think, capture the imagination, I think, of a lot of people. There are all kinds of reasons to participate in our Global Impact Week, and certainly there's something in it for everyone. Now, this week, we have been having and focusing on missionaries from 2 different areas in particular, although we've had some other speakers, and we'll have some other speakers from other areas. But North and Central Asia is one of those areas, and we have a couple named Jack and Diana with us. And then we also have a woman from Congo, Congo Brazzaville, that particular Congo in Africa. And in this evening in particular, who we're going to focus on, who's going to have the main contribution to the evening?
Jack and Diana will be making their main first appearance, the speech for all of us tonight. And they served in Central Asia, but I like to think of it as the old Silk Road. It just seems more romantic than, say, North and Central Asia.
Absolutely.
And so they will be talking about what's been happening there, and it's, of course, the old Russian area that is now individual countries. So they can talk to us about that. It'll be very interesting. And Teresa Bill, that's from Congo Brazzaville, will also give a little word there.
I see. Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about Jack and Diana. They're not sort of your typical missionaries the way we used to think of missionaries.
No, they aren't. Yeah. No, they aren't. Yeah. And they've served several places. They started out in Korea, then they came home and served in a church and taught at a college. And then they went back when Central Asia opened in order to help some people learn the cultures there.
And they're actually serving in a country which doesn't have the religious freedom that we enjoy here in the United States, do they?
That's right.
And as a result, you can't really sort of go there the way we used to go in some places as missionaries, but they go and actually are engaged in some kind of business or education kind of activity over there, and it really is a labor of love on behalf of the people there, so that we can just demonstrate the love of Christ for that particular group. Is that is that an accurate assessment for what that kind of thing they do?
That's accurate. The love of Christ as they meet people and as they serve them in many ways.
That's going to be exciting to see, because there's so many countries nowadays that simply are not open to the way we used to do ministry internationally. But we certainly love to have people making connections with other people on the basis of activities that really are encouragement and maybe cultural development or business development, those kinds of things. And I'm really looking forward to what Jack and Diane are going to say this evening. Now, tomorrow evening, we have the same speakers, right? But sort of their roles are reversed a little bit.
Exactly. We'll focus on Congo Brazzaville. And Teresa brings a wealth of experience because she used to live in Gabon.
Right.
In fact, I was riding down a very dark back back road in Gabon with some other friends one time, and that's where Albert Schweitzer did his heroic work. We just passed his town, and we were on a very bad road, and we saw a Land Cruiser or Land Rover coming toward us, and it had a big animal strapped on top. I can't remember what the animal was, but I thought, wow, we are out in some kind of scary country, and we stopped the car to visit because it was Teresa and her husband.
No kidding.
That were serving in Gabon before they moved to Congo, Brazzaville.
So they were hauling an animal?
They were hauling an animal. Maybe when Teresa gets up on the thing and we have question and answer time, we can check it out what it was. She probably doesn't remember. It was probably only one of many for her.
That's a great story.
Her husband, yeah.
Yes. Now, tomorrow morning, we 10:15, we have sort of the Global Impact Women's Ministry sponsored event, which we do about once a month anyway, right?
Yes, we do.
But now in the context of our Global Impact Week, we have an opportunity to have two of our missionaries. Now, it's sponsored by Women's Ministry, right?
Right.
And the speakers will be the two women.
Yes,
right?
Diana and Teresa. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they'll be speaking. Mm-hmm. Now, it's not an event that is just for women, though,
No,
right?
It's for men too. And
so
we always say we have refreshments so the men will come.
Absolutely, that's exactly right. I'm sure I'll be there.
Oh, good.
And so it's sponsored by Women's Ministries, and the women are the speakers. Will have a women's perspective. Mm-hmm. It really is open for everybody, and everybody who is interested in international ministries, I think, should attend that, because that's I think will be a fascinating time. So tonight and tomorrow morning and tomorrow evening, we have some great opportunities. Tonight's service will take place at 7:15, and tomorrow morning it'll be at 10:15.
Yes.
And then tomorrow evening at 7:15 as
Right.
well. That's great. Mm-hmm. Well, we'll look forward to that. Thanks, Char, for being with us, and we're excited about the week, and the things that are unfolding already before us are just really encouraging and seeing what God's doing. Great. Well, thank you for joining us for Village Church Connections, and we hope to see you at one of these events either this evening, tomorrow morning, or tomorrow evening, or all three. Good day, and God bless you.
We're glad you joined us for today's show. Tune in tomorrow as we find out how to get the most out of our digital cameras. We'll also meet the kind purple shirts that serve residents with ShellPoint Home Care. Until then, this is ShellPoint Today for Tuesday, January 21st. I'm Dan Philgreen, and from all of us here at ShellPoint TV, we hope that you have a great day, and we'll see you again tomorrow.